The Barnard family has been ranching in Central Texas for over 100 years, and with this pandemic, they've had to adapt and are now selling direct to consumers.
Lucky for us, joining us now is owner of the Barnard Beef Cattle Company, Blair Barnard. Blair, how has your business had to pivot, and what does that mean for customers wanting beef?
Well, so when the pandemic hit, we heard about Japan closing down their schools for 2 months, about a month and a half before it actually hit here. And so we just decided that we had 33 head left over and people were going to need food. So we got some local processing appointments and got those cattle on feed and got them ready to process, and we sold out in a week and a half. Wow. So we started now that it was an intentional thing to really help the community. It's fearful when you don't have food, and when you have an entire freezer full of beef, you can throw some frozen vegetable bags in there and you're ready for a month just in one freezer.
Okay, I was going to say, how long would that last a family?
A half calf lasts a good sized family about 6 months.
Wow.
It lasts we do a whole at a time, and a full calf lasts us about a year. And it lasts for over 1.5 years in the freezer.
Okay. Fantastic.
Oh, and your family has been doing it for so many years.
It has.
How has it been sharing that experience with, you said you have 3 sons?
I do, yes. Well, I came back about 5.5 years ago. My dad was ready to retire. He was 70. I was living in Indiana. I was a business consultant for 13 years. And so he asked me to come home and retire to take over the ranch. Swore it would only be 3 days a week of work. He lied. No, he really didn't. I decided to do a very large expansion. We doubled the size of the operation the first year I was there, and so it went from a 3-day-a-week work to 9 days a week. But being able to have my boys with me as a business consultant, I was on the road a lot, and I was sleeping in hotels a lot, and so now I mean, my little one goes with me. We went rolling through the neighbor's property trying to get out some crazy mama cows yesterday, and I had a little 4-year-old with me, you know, the whole ride. It was great.
Yeah,
was great.
A buddy all the time.
Yes.
So what is you know, the process of preparing each head of cattle, I guess?
So all the head that come off of our ranch for consumption, for consumers, has been with us for at least 9 months, some of them for over 1.5 years. It just depends on the animal and whether or not they're grass or grain fed. If they're grass fed, they've never seen any sort of grain at all. It's just 100% on grass or hay. Okay. And then if it's grain fed, they're given a certain diet so that they're able to get that great juicy marbling that everybody likes. The really cool thing about our grain fed, though, is that because we don't do a very hot ration, people with autoimmune disorders or that have had surgery and can't eat it, we have a bariatric patient that can't eat traditional ground beef or traditional grain fed beef. We have a patient or a client with corn allergies that can't eat traditional beef, and they're both able to take ours and be able to process it and not have any sort of stomach issues.
Wow, that's amazing.
And you can taste the difference between store-bought and what you have, right? Why is that?
Well, because most of what you're getting in the store on the rack, not in the glass part, but on the rack, is actually calves or older cows that have come very close to straight out of a sale barn or straight out of a pasture into a processor and done in bulk. Whereas with the calves you're getting from us, it's more like what you're getting in the meat section, the actual glass case. But because we're doing it to the direct consumer, we're able to cut out a lot of people. So instead of paying $6,000 for all of those cuts, you're only paying $2,250.
So you said things have sold out quickly.
Yes.
So if like we wanted to order today, when would we expect to get our meat?
Well,
we got to be patient, right?
Right. If you had asked me back in April, I would have said November.
Wow.
But we have worked really closely with our main processor, and so every single time that they got an opening, they gave us a call, and we were at their place before 1 o'clock that day. And so we have pulled through close to 50 customers and able to now where we're booking out to December.
Okay. That's amazing.
So you would be able to pick up your beef at the latest by the end of December at this point.
And it is an investment, it is a cost, but there is a difference in quality and taste and everything. But you could split this with, if you have a large family or friends, you know, you can, because it's all individually packaged and everything, right?
Right. It kind of becomes the family garage party where you get in all these boxes of freezer beef, and then we tell people you need to break up the ground beef first, and then you have all your boxes where you can fight over the steaks.
Okay.
And that happens a lot. We've coordinated pricing with that, so like if we know 2 people are sharing, we'll send one person a request and another person request, all those sort of things. Since, you know, there's just a few of us here, all those sort of things are pretty easy for us.
information on your screen there, and that's how we get a hold of you.
And you're
Wonderful.
supporting a local business, which
Yes.
is always good to do, right?
That's
Thank you.
so
We're
important.
also on Facebook at Barnard Beef.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. That's